Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The time has come, and this is UFRL. I am UFRL F1 Viva, and this is the Season 10 draft. And I guess we're all looking forward to this season. As you can see, we've got a few things to go through. First of all, so we've got the international tier, we've got the 100% tier, and we've also got the calendars as well. And then we have got your tiers 1, 2, and 3 revealed in terms of which drivers are going to be placed in which tier. After that, well, it will be the team principal draft, and then after that, it will be the main draft. So quite a lot to look forward to. Good evening to, there's a lot of people in the chat I can see. So the likes of Kingy, Panther, 50 Gent, Warrener, Cinders, Paul Walton. Thank you for the follow as well, Paul Walton. There's a few others as well on that list. A lot of people. Rotty's on there as well. There's a few people further up, I presume, as well. Right, let's get into this draft then. And what are we going to go towards first? Well, first of all, the 100% tier. And this is the realistic cars as well. So we're reverting back to realistic cars for this championship. It has all been preset as well. So effectively, the top cars like the Red Bull, the McLaren, you're going to have like your tier 3 drivers in there. Your tier 1 drivers will be in the likes of the Kick Sauber, the Haas, the Alpine, etc., etc. So as you can see, the full lineups in the Red Bull, PRV Widget will be joined by James Kidder. In the Mercedes, Cowley alongside Bevan. Aston Martin, Boy Knockout alongside Iron Shin, a new driver for the season. In the McLaren, Kesenator will be joined by Stickman. In the Ferrari, Baker Gaming lines up alongside another new driver in the form of Fletch. Alpine, Mr. Poem alongside another new driver. That is, of course, Blitz. Can he blitz his way through the field? The Williams will be William, ironically enough, alongside Viking Fox. William also is the development tier reigning champion. Yes, we do have 2 separate championships. So it's an elite tier and a development tier. I'll get onto that after I've done the full grids. In the Racing Bulls, it will be Simon alongside Merck. The Kick Sauber, Bad Boy alongside Joshy44. And in the Haas, it'll be Ivy alongside Black Panther. So those are your full lineups then. But yes, going back onto it. So the elite tier will be all of those Red Bull. No, sorry, other way round. Elite tier is Alpine, Williams, Racing Bulls, Kick Sauber, and Haas driver. So all of those on the right-hand side of your screen are in the elite tier. The development tier are all of those on the left side of your screen. So the Red Bull, the Mercedes, Aston Martin, McLaren, and Ferrari. Those are your development tier. On the right side are your elite tier. So they are separate championships to fight for, which is good news for all of those on the left side in particular. It gives you all a good chance to battle for a title. And again, realistic cars, not equal. So we have reverted back to the system of, I believe it was season 8 and before. Obviously, season 9 we did go to equal cars, but we felt it was best to go back to the realistic cars system. Right, good evening again. We've got, again, loads of people on this. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. Right, let's head towards the international tier then. And as you can see, nobody's on there. And that is because we are going to be doing a full wheel. I mean, this is what everybody will look forward to for sure. I want to make sure I've got the wheel correctly up first before we get onto it. Right. So we are going to start with... So we are going to have 3 separate pots for this. And there you go. Who's Ferrari TP? We'll find out soon, Badger. We will find out soon. Right. Here are your pot A drivers for the international tier. You have got 7 in total. Deck, Bad Boy, Mr. Poem, Merck, Simon, Silky Stevens, and Wizard Rex. All tier 1 drivers as well. So those are pot A. And I'll get through to why these are your pot A. Then we have pot B and we have pot C as well. So don't worry too much if you're not in this pot. It's just to make it a little bit easier for how we're doing it. So effectively, all of those in pot A will get their own team. And then those in pot 2, there's only 3 drivers. The reason why is because they are tier 2 drivers. So the pot 2 drivers will also get their own team. And then we will add the pot 3 drivers after that. So that's why. So pot A, we will get through first. I am going to do, of course, a shuffle. So these 7 drivers will get to know their teams first. So let's see the first driver to head out. And it will be Deck. So the first one, Deck on the international tier. And there you go, that is your first one. So we'll hide Deck from that. And we'll give it a little save. And we'll go now to your teams. And as you can see, 10 teams in total. So Deck can be in any of these 10 teams. So again, we're going to give it a shuffle and we're going to go. So who will Deck be driving for in the international tier on Saturdays this season? He'll be in the Red Bull. So there you go, Declan. That'll be your team of choice. Deck will be racing for the Red Bull for season 10 in the international tier. We'll get that listed on there for you as well. Probably not the best colour though, is it? Get it in white. There you go. Declan, you're in the Red Bull for season 10. Right. We don't do shuffles for the next ones, or the next couple went away, just because it's a little bit easier to go through it fairly quickly. I say quickly. It won't be too quick, but you know what I mean. 6 drivers left. And now the second driver for the international tier from Pot A will be Simon. So he was actually in Pot 2 last season, so he's upgraded effectively. But Simon is the next one of choice. And Simon, which team would he be heading into for season 10? We'll find out. Right, Simon, your team for the international tier will be, it'll be the Racing Bulls. Not quite the McLaren there, but the Racing Bulls will be in for Simon. So we'll get that on there as well. Where is the Racing Bulls? Over here. I'll edit Simon in, and there you go. So we've got Deck and Simon straight off the bat, straight away in there. So who will be next then? Let's go back to the back. No, we're not going to that. We're going to this. Right then. Got 5 more options. Poem. You've got Wizard Rex, Merc, Bad Boy, and Silky Stevens. Right. Your third driver to head out will be Wizard Rex. So Wizard Rex, which team would he be taking part in for the international tier? As we go back towards the team list. Right. Wizard Rex then. You will be racing in the international tier on Saturdays for Aston Martin. So it'll be the Aston Martin team then for Wizard Rex. See if we'll look forward to that one. And let's get him in there for the Aston Martin team. Wizard Rex. And there you go. We might actually give that a little bit of a different colour as well. There you go. Wizard Rex straight on there. And now let's go to the next one. We will give a shuffle for the next ones as well. So let's see how we go. Right, shuffle. This will be the last shuffle of these ones. Let's see. The fourth driver for the international tier from Pot A. Not going to be Merc. It will be Silky Stevens. So the fourth driver, Silky Stevens, will be straight out of there. And now we'll be heading back to the teams list. Not too many left. I mean, there's enough left, but a few have been taken. But Silky Stevens, who will be your team for the Inter-tier this season? And it will be the Mercedes for Silky Stevens. We'll see if he's happy with that. Of course, George Russell and Kimi Antonelli are there in real life. And that is this team for Silky Stevens, the Mercedes. So let's get him straight in for that. Silky Stevens. Love the colour on that one. Can't even see it. Right, let's make sure we change that. Get him in. Yeah, we'll do that. There you go. Silky Stevens straight in there. Right. Let's go in with the next one then. We've only got 3 left. Mr. Poem, Merc, and a Bad Boy. So here we go with 3 drivers remaining. Then we'll check what the comments are saying in just a moment. Merc is going to be the next driver. So Merc. We'll save that again. And which team will Merc be racing for next season? Or this season. Depends how you want to view it. But Merc in season 10, he'll be racing for the Papaya. The McLaren will be the team of choice for Merc. Solid team there with, of course, Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris in real life. So the McLaren will be the choice for Merc. I think he'll be relatively happy with that. Right, let's go to the next one then. We've only got 2 remaining. Mr. Poem and Bad Boy, so we will give it a shuffle as well. And let's go. Poem or Bad Boy, who will be next? And it will be a Bad Boy, so he'll be your next choice then. So Poem will be the last one in out of Pot A. So Bad Boy, who will be racing? Well, who will you be racing for? Is the next question. Still 5 teams remaining. We'll give it another shuffle. Right, bad boy, your team for season 10 in the international tier, and it will be Kick Sauber. So that is a team then for bad boy, the Kick Sauber, and let's get him listed onto there. Right, next one then. The last one will be Mr. Poem, so we do not need to go to the previous screen. So we will go straight for the draft. This is for Mr. Poem. He has got Alpine, Haas, Williams, and Ferrari. And we'll give it a shuffle because there's only one more driver left. So for Mr. Poem, for season 10, he will be racing in blue for Williams. So Williams will be the one for Mr. Poem for season 10. I'm not so sure if he'll be too happy with that again. I will check the comments in just a moment. Those are your current lineups. Let's have a little look at the comments then. Brilliant car parkour. Sorry, that was William. Lovely says Silky Stevens. Kerr says what a nice team. Merck says yes, he's happy with that. William not happy with something there. He was there last season, if I'm not mistaken. Was that... Oh, which one would that have been? Was that Deck? Yeah, good options though. I'll take good choices. For certain. I just realised I was going through directly through that. Maybe if I do that should fix that. Right. Yeah, that's an interesting choice there, though. Poem going to the Williams. Right, let's save that and we'll now go to what will be pot B. 3 drivers on this one. Woody, Jar Jar Bing, and Viva. Myself, of course. Call myself that in third person. Amazing. But obviously, I'm referring to who the name's just on the screen. And basically, these 3 drivers will be going in the last 3 remaining teams. So, with no further ado, we shall spin the wheel for the remaining 3 drivers from pot B. And the first one will be Woody. So Woody will be the first one out of that one. So let's go and back to the teams list. 3 remaining, and we'll spin it again. Ferrari, Haas, or Alpine. And Woody will be racing. He'll be making a return to the Haas F1 team for season 10, this time in the international tier. Haas and Woody seem to go hand in hand very often in UFRL, doesn't it? But that'll be the team for Woody then. And there you go. So 8 drivers are listed, and we'll now go to the next one. Right, myself or Jar Jar Bing, who will be the 9th driver to get their team. And it will be myself, UFRL F1 Viva. So the 9th driver is done. Let's see who would I be driving for next season. Back to the teams. I've got 2 options, Ferrari or Alpine. We will give it a shuffle. And there you go. Ferrari or Alpine, and Viva will be racing for the Alpine, which makes it easy because Jar Jar Bing, guess who he's racing for? Yep, you've got it, Ferrari. So let's put myself down then for Alpine. And then the Ferrari will be Jar Jar Bing. Right, so we are 10 drivers down, which means we have only got pot 3 left, and these are your pot 3 drivers. Iron Shin, Rotti, Wilco, Kesonator, and Stickman are all listed. Right, I need to go back to my notes because I want to double check what I basically said in terms of the drafting of this, because I did want to make sure. So so the one stipulation here, Iron Shin is not allowed to be drawn alongside Deck, Mr. Poem, Bad Boy, or Merc. So those are your stipulations. So Iron Shin. So therefore, should we go for Iron Shin first? Nah. We'll keep the draft normal. If it does land on one of those teams, we will just redo the draw. So let's shuffle that. We'll just remember that Iron Shin is the only one with a stipulation where he cannot race with 4 of those drivers. So the first one is going to be Kesonator. So he will be straight in there. He is one that can race for someone else. That's okay. And we'll go back to the teams. And what we'll do here, we will enable all of the inputs. Right. Kesenator, who will be your team then for next season in the international tier? Kesenator will be racing for Aston Martin. We'll see whether or not he's happy with that. So Aston Martin will be Wizard Rex alongside Kesenator for season 10. So there you go. That'll be your partnership first of all. So let's now go back towards the pot 3 list. 4 drivers remain. And let's go straight into this one. Iron Shin, Wilco, Stickman, or Rotti. And it will go to Iron Shin. So again, we are going to remove the inputs of the 4 that he cannot race for. I just need to make sure I remember who they are. So Iron Shin, you cannot be racing for Red Bull. Okay, so I will actually write these down. So Red Bull, and then you've got Mr. Poem's team, which is Alpine. You have also got Bad Boys team, which will be the Kick Sauber. And you have also got Merck's team, which is McLaren. Those are the 4 teams that Iron Shin cannot be racing for. Right, let's go on to that and back onto the team. So we will now remove those inputs as a result. So McLaren will be removed. Red Bull will be removed. Alpine, if I can find it, will be removed there. And then it will be the Kick Sauber will also be removed. Right. 5 remaining teams then to see which team Iron Shin will be racing for. Shuffle again. And Iron Shin, your team for the international tier for season 10 will be Williams. So Iron Shin will be racing for the Williams team for next season. Right, let's get that on there. And the Williams will be... Wait, Williams. Why is Mr. Poem showing here in the Williams? Did I put the wrong team down? I think I put the wrong team down. So which team was I meant to put then? Oh. On the basis that it would have actually been the Alpine, I will redraft it to make it fair, because he's not meant to be with Mr. Poem. So we will just change that then. So I will put the Williams back on there. Right. Iron Shin, we're going to redo you again. You would have been actually with me. But to be fair, I'm going to put Williams back in on this. So, Iron Shin, your real team. Let's see. We have got each of the correct ones listed. Yeah. Right. Iron Shin, your real team. Apologies to Mr. Poem. You won't be getting Iron Shin. You'll be racing for Visa RB, the Racing Bulls, of course. So that'll be for Iron Shin. Let's get him down. So Iron Shin will be racing alongside Simon for next season in the international tier. Right. Let's get the next one in. Save that. Just double check the comments. Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry. Right. So who have we got left then? Going back to pot 3. So we've only got 3 left. Rotti, Stickman, and Wilco. Which also means we shouldn't have too many teams left to do. Right, let's go straight to it then. Rotti, Stickman, or Wilco. And it will be Wilco. So, Wilco for season 10. And we will hide that choice and, of course, save that. So let's go back towards the teams then for Wilco. We just want to double check we have got the correct team still listed on there. Okay, let's see. So we want to get every team back on pretty much. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to enable the... I don't want to actually get every team. I want to make sure that I've got the correct team still listed. Let's see. I'm going to write down who still needs a team. And then I will enable those inputs. So Red Bull can still get a driver. Mercedes can still get a driver. McLaren can get a driver. Ferrari can get a driver as well. As you can see, most teams can still get another driver. Alpine, you've got Williams. You've got Kick Sauber, and then you have got Haas. Right, those are your remaining teams who could still get a driver. So therefore, if we, not going to remove all, but I will just remove it like this and then make sure. So Haas are on there. We want Kicksauber on there. We want Williams on there. We want the Alpine on there as well. We want McLaren on there. We want Ferrari on there. Mercedes and Red Bull. Those are your last two. Right. There you go. Most teams are listed, but obviously Aston Martin and Racing Bulls not. I will just cross-reference with that. Aston Martin and Racing Bulls. Right, that is correct. Right, let's go then. Here we go. Make sure that is saved. And top three. The last one who we drew out, oh, it was Wilco. I was trying to remember there. Right, Wilco, your team for Season 10 in the International tier. Again, you've got a host of options, and Wilco will be racing for Red Bull for next season. Right, let's get that sorted then on the list, and it'll be Deck and Wilco for Season 10 in the International tier. Right, let's go to the next one then. Just two left in pot 3, Stickman and Rotti. So let's get the draft straight out there. Who would it be, Rotti or Stickman? And it will, oh, it's going to be quite a close one, but it will land on Stickman. So, Stickman, your team for next season. Again, we might as well do a shuffle, and let's go. Stickman, for Season 10 in the International tier, you will be racing for Kicksauber. Again, you guys get to see before I do who he's actually driving with. So Kicksauber for Stickman, and he'll be racing with Bad Boy. So there you go. Stickman and Bad Boy will be racing for Kicksauber. Right. One more driver, and that driver is Rotti. So therefore, we will do a shuffle. And for Rotti, for Season 10 in the International tier, your team will be Mercedes. So there you go, of course. We'll see what Mercedes can do this season. But that'll be the teams for Rotti. He'll be racing for Mercedes. Right, alongside Silky Stevens as well. Rotti. Back to Mercedes, might I add, because he did race there under Woody Fernandez in Season 9 when he was in Tier 2. But there you go. Those are your full lineups then for the International tier. As you can see, if you do want to race on Saturdays, it will be, I think, 8 o'clock PM start time as well. Feel free to let one of the admins know, and we will then give you a team. But there you go. For now, the Red Bull was Decker, Wilco, Mercedes, Silky Stevens, and Rotti. Aston Martin, Wizard Rex and Kesonator. McLaren with Merc. Ferrari with Jar Jar Bing. Alpine with Viva. Williams with Mr. Poem. Visa RB with Simon and Iron Shin. Kicksauber with Bad Boy and Stickman. Haas with Woody. So those are your International tier driver lineups. Right. Now with the 100% and International tier done, we will go on to the calendars for those two respective tiers. Right, straight onto it. I've got that incorrect straight away. Let's make sure you all are aware of what that is. There you go. 100% tier realistic class. Right, round 1, we will kickstart at Japan. Round 2, Abu Dhabi. Round 3, Saudi Arabia. So we will, of course, head to the desert. Round 4 will be wheeling the weather at Brazil. Round 5, Australia. Round 6, reverse championship race at Bahrain. Round 7 heads to Texas. Round 8, Austria. Round 9, Belgium. Round 10 will be a spin the wheel for the mystery track. Round 11, Monza. And the finale held at Silverstone. The International tier, now this is a bit of a fun championship for the season. There will be stipulations in every race. Yes, every race. Round 1, Australia. You must use all of the soft, medium and hard tyres in the race. Round 2, Las Vegas. You can only use soft and medium tyres. Round 3, Azerbaijan. Softs, mediums and hards. Round 4, Silverstone. It will be a reverse track layout. Round 5, Monza. Reverse championship order. Round 6, Belgium. Wheeling the weather. Round 7, Qatar. Softs and mediums only. Yes, by the way, for all of, if there are stipulations for the tyres, we will be just sticking to dry races on those ones. So you won't be using inters or full wets. Round 8, Netherlands, reverse track layout. Round 9, Brazil, softs, mediums, and hards only. And yes, for these ones, you must use all tyre compounds stated. Round 10, Austria, reverse track layout. Round 11, Singapore will be a reverse championship race. Yep, overtaking at Singapore must be fun. And round 12, the finale will be a mystery track. So again, spinning the wheel for the final race of the season. Certainly things to look forward to there. Would like to say I'm delighted to be racing the Haas again, not says Woody. Oh gosh. Right. And now this is where the fun begins, because if you are not in the international tier or 100% tier, that wouldn't have been super important for you. But this is the most important for you, because the main tiers are now going to start. So I hope you're all ready. Let me know if you're all ready in the chat. Fingers crossed you are. If not, be a bit worried. Was I not meant to be in the 100? King OG. Maybe. I think you might replace Stickman, possibly. Depends if Stickman can make it. But you were the 21st name listed. That's why you're not on there.
Hey, wake your ass up.
Iron Shin,
Let's
Singapore
go.
reverse.
Race time.
That's gonna be fun. Exactly. Reverse championship. Right. Here we go. Everybody is ready. Who are the team principals? We will get on to that in just a moment. First and foremost, let's start with who will be in Tier 3 for Season 10 in UFRL. Remember, this will be Wednesdays at 8 o'clock PM. This is your list. Mr. Potwash, Angry Badger, Ziggy, Bevan, Wilco, Rotty, Batman, Widget, Shazam, Cowley, Goofy, Mr. Piggy, 50 Gent, James Killer, Cinders, DD Friend, and Kesonator. You will all be racing in Tier 3 for Season 10. As you can see, a few little stats on the right side of that screen as well. Most valued, most wins on their podiums, etc., etc., from both last season and all of those who are taking part in this season as well. Cowley certainly seems to be listed a fair lot, but he is now on wheel rather than using controller. So that is one of the reasons why Cowley may have dropped for if you're a TP and you're looking at potentially signing Cowley. That is the reason why his value effectively is a lot lower, because he is now on wheel, and of course takes a little bit of adjusting to. But yes, those are your drivers for Tier 3. Let's see what people are saying. Jar Jar was sure I'd be Tier 3 this season. Ziggy says Glory. Well, you might be up there. You've got a good price tag on you, that's for sure. But yeah, there you go. How am I top 3 on price? Well, you were very quick on your time trials. Let's just say that. And that is a key reason why you were up there. And I will mention as well, just so you all know, the drivers listed at the top of the list are the most expensive. The driver at the bottom is the least expensive. So that is also something crucial to add. Right, now, are you all ready for Season 10, Tier 2? Well, if you aren't, you're going to have to be, because the list is going to be in 3, 2, 1. And here is your list. I do actually have to add a couple of drivers onto this, so let me just add them quickly before we get onto it. General Jake and also Kingy OG. So we've got 2 drivers adding onto this list. Right, now let's go through it. Boy Knockout, Destroyer Jack, Viva, Woody, Salty Stevens, Jar Jar Bing, William, Tesco, Luke Stepney, Bakey Gaming, Epic Frenchie, Eggs, Hybrid, Fletch, Moody, General Jake, and Kingy OG. You will all be racing in Tier 2 for Season 10. As you can see, again, a host of stats on the right side of your screen. Reigning champion, Warrener. The reigning champion for Tier 3, by the way, Baker Gaming, of course, now is in Tier 2. And out of those on this list who are still in Season 10, the most wins, well, Boy Knockout and Woody both won once apiece last season. Boy Knockout also got 4 podiums, so he's certainly looking like a threat, hence his high valuation as well. Boy Knockout does appear to be on that quite frequently, it's fair to say. But yes, Boy Knockout, Destroyer Drac, Viva, the most expensive. I will actually add, one driver has overtaken them. They are one of the most recent to be added onto the list, or the second most recent. General Jake is now the most valued driver. He is 90 million in total. So, General Jake, you are the most expensive tier 2 driver. And now we'll move on. Actually, let's just double check what everyone's saying before I move on. They forgot most dive bomb says. You're the most expensive because, well, let's just say your TTs were the quickest out of those in this tier. Most likely to make the commentator shout. That's not slow. Nowhere near. Right, let's go into the tier 1 lineup. As you can imagine, if you're not on the tier 2 or tier 3 list, you can guess where you're probably going to be, right? You're right. Right, here we go. Tier 1, Season 10, Pesci, Deck, Mr. Poem, Rusted Bolt, Bad Boy, Ivy from Tier 3, might I add, Black Panther, Warrener, Merc, Simon, Parkour, Silky Stevens, Gandalf, Wizard Rex, and Viking Fox. They will all be racing in Tier 1 for Season 10. And again, it is in price order. So Ivy, 6th highest valued driver, even though he was in tier 3 only last season. And yes, it was on a different game, but that is quite remarkable. You've also got the reigning tier 2 champion, Warrener, who is right there in the midfield as well. But those are your drivers for tier 1 next season. Again, let's have a little look what people are saying. How much money does TP get this season? Oh, again, I will go into it. I know what it is, but I will go into that in just a second. Viking Gandalf, indeed. Yes, Warrener. Poor TPs, they won't purchase me. I'm too expensive. Yeah, someone has to get you anyway. Someone will have to get you. If they prioritise the win in tier 2, then you'd be a sensible choice. Yeah, I agree with that. Right. Let's go then. So, with that in mind, you all now know your tiers. So, obviously, when we go to the next page, which will be the calendars for next season, that'll be most important for you. So, remember what tier you're in, and now we'll go to the calendars for season 10. Right, tier 1 will kickstart at Texas, USA, round 2, Brazil, then it'll be Austria, Canada, Abu Dhabi, and then Silverstone halfway through the season. And then for the second half, Mexico mystery track. Again, it will be wheeled. A reverse championship at Imola, Australia, Bahrain, and the season finale will head to Spa for the Belgian Grand Prix. For tier 2, round 1 heads to Mexico. Then it will be Brazil, a mystery track, Spain, Austria, and Japan. Then there'll be a reverse championship race at Miami, Netherlands, Great Britain, Las Vegas, Qatar, and it will be a finale at Monza for the Italian Grand Prix. And tier 3 will be opening up at Qatar. Round 2 heads to Belgium, then Hungary. Hungary not really on many of the calendars, but certainly on tier 3. Round 4 will be Mexico, round 5 Netherlands, then there will be a mystery track for round 6, Brazil for round 7, a reverse championship race at Spain for round 8, Saudi Arabia for round 9, Abu Dhabi round 10, Austria round 11, and Texas, USA for the tier 3 finale. Let's see if people are liking those calendars. Not Brazil, says Jake. Starting last for Miami. Starting last for Miami because that's a reverse. I see. See, you're saying that you're not quicker now. You're saying that you're starting last for the reverse championship race, which means you are going to be leading the championship if that's the case. Text the end for tier 3, decent for me, says Kesonator. I'm slow. Yeah, exactly, Parkour, exactly. Ads for a draft stream. Oh no. Oh no, well, you're lucky. We've probably still got a few minutes until the first picks get done. With that in mind, I will actually make sure, just let me know when the ads are over so we can effectively start. Oh, then again, you're not going to hear what I'm saying. Anyways, UFRL Season 10 draft. So here we go. This is the crucial info for you guys. So, tiers 1, 2, and 3 only, because obviously we've already done the 100% tier and international tier. Each team principal will have a set amount of money to spend on drivers. And that also means each driver is going to be having an exact price as well, as you could have seen on the previous screens as well. They can sign drivers in whatever order they like. It does not have to be a tier 1 driver first. If they wanted to, they could sign a tier 3 driver first or a tier 2. It's completely up to the team principal. Again, you do not have to sign a tier 1 driver first if you do not want to. All values are based on the driver's statistical data from Season 9, unless they're a new driver. Although I will add time trials as well, will be a crucial part of their value, the most crucial in fact. The team principals have a set order of when they can make their signings, which we will now find out what will that be, because we'll now have the team principal draft. So I want to make sure I've got the correct wheel up for that, which I do now, and now I want to go to the correct place on here, which will be this one. So let's go to the team principal screen. I want to make sure I've got the correct one on, which I believe is this one. There you go. So we have got the correct one on. Better do some practicing this season with that with that price tag. I do agree with you, Mr. Potwash. I do agree with you. Right, so those are the teams, the values there. So you got 320 million. No TP this year. Yep, you're not TP this year indeed. But obviously, all the TPs will now be drafted. I do want to add the wheel on. So is there a way to do that? We'll do that. If we use this, then that will be the way we'll sort it. I will add the names to that list in just a moment. So those are your 10 team principals for the season. We'll go through it in order. Your Epic Frenchie, William, Viva, yes, myself, I will be a team principal. So I will be picking whilst the draft is happening, which will be entertaining because you guys effectively get to see my thought process. Boy Knockout, Parkour, Deck, Viking Fox, Pesci, Batman, and Bevan. 10 team principals. And now, so what we'll do, first of all, we'll be drawing out a team principal. Then we will be drawing out their team, which obviously now I'm going to enable all of them. So there you go. You've got 10 teams on that list. And then the next one, I'm going to go and use this one just because it's a bit easier for me. And I'm going to open a new file. And a new file will be, oh, there you go, that one there. And these are the draft picks, because some of them, if you were here last season as a team principal, you have your draft pick already done. But those are your draft picks that are available still. 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, and 8 are still available for all of the TPs for the season. Right, let's go then to the team principal and which TP will be drafted first for this season. Right, and the first team principal will be your runner-up of last season, but your Tier 1 champion, Pesci. So who will Pesci be taking as a team for next season? Again, we'll shuffle it, and here we go. For Pesci, for Season 10, he will be the team principal of... Oh, it will be Red Bull. So Pesci, you will be in charge of the Red Bull team for Season 10. And now, which draft pick will you get? Well, you've got no choice because Pesci, you will get pick number 9 for Red Bull. So there you go. Pesci is already done. So let's go to the next team principal. Right. Second team principal to head out. And the second one will be Boy Knockout will be your second team principal. Right. And again, we'll save that and we will go to the team. So Boy Knockout, which team will you be getting? We shall find out just now. Boy Knockout from Tier 2 will be the team principal of Ferrari. And of course, Boy Knockout is a new team principal for the season, which means we will be drafting his draft pick for the season as well. So these are your remaining numbers. And for Boy Knockout, we'll give it a shuffle. So Boy Knockout, your draft pick for round 1 will be pick number 4. So Boy Knockout, you will get 4th pick for round 1 of the draft. Right, let's head back to the team principals. So here we go, 8 remaining, and let's get straight onto it. We will do another shuffle after this one. So, the next team principal heading out will be Epic Frenchie. So who would Epic Frenchie be the team principal of for season 10? Head back to the teams. Right, Epic Frenchie, you'll be the TP at, it won't be McLaren again. I'll say again, obviously you raced there before, but it will be the Alpine team for Epic Frenchie then. We'll see if he'll be happy with that one. Halfway through, I will just check in to see if TPs will be happy with their teams or not. So feel free if you're a TP to write a comment, and I will check on it in a few moments' time. Epic Frenchie then, let's draw out your number, your round 1 number. And here we go. Epic Frenchie, you will take pick number 2. Pick number 2 for Epic Frenchie for round 1. That's a very strong one, so I think he'll be happy with that one. Right, let's go back to the team principals. And again, I did say I would do a shuffle, so I will do a shuffle. And here we go again. Don't worry, it's not GTA San Andreas. It's a draft. Calm down. Right, Bevan. Bevan, you are the next team principal out. So, who will Bevan take then? So we go back to the teams list. Right, Bevan, you will be team principal at the Papaya, and you will take charge of McLaren. So Bevan and McLaren, that'll go hand in hand for next season. And now your round 1 draft pick. For Bevan, it will be draft pick number 8. So Bevan will be 8th pick for round 1 in the draft. Right. Let's go back to the team principals then. As you can see, got myself, Viva, you got William, Batman, Viking Deck, and Parkour all still remaining. And the next team principal to be drawn out, it'll be myself, UFRL F1 Viva, right. And I will give a shuffle on this one. I forgot to do it on the last one, actually. So let's do it on this one. The UFRL F1 Viva. Spin the wheel. And I will be the team principal at... Well, which one's it going to be? It looks like Mercedes. And it will be Mercedes. So, Viva, team principal at Mercedes. And I will be 3rd pick as well, because 8th place last season, although I took over from Beast about halfway through the season. Right. Let's go to the next one then. So only 5 left. And let's see who is the 6th team principal to head out then for this draft. And it will be Viking Fox. So we know he has a set number as well. So Viking Fox. And let's go back to the teams. As you can see, just 5 remaining. But who will Viking Fox take for season 10? And Viking Fox, you'll be going to the Racing Bulls. So Viking Fox, Racing Bulls, and he'll be pick number 5 as well. Because again, that is how the constructors worked from last season. The reverse order, might I add. So Viking Fox, you'll be pick number 5 for Racing Bulls. Right, let's go back to the team principals. We've only got 4 remaining, but I do want to check in with the comments. Let's see. Frenchy loves an Alpine. Deck almost 3 times in a row. So taken bets that deck's going to get Haas. Don't wish these things on another man. You've got to take... Yep, okay, cool. Good old comment. Missed the shuffle on my spin and gets the team I want. I'm calling a redo. I love a Racing Bull. Well. Right, here we go then. We're going to go back to the 7th team principal. Then we've got William, Parkour, Deck, and Batman all remaining. And the 7th team principal to be out will be I Am Batman. So Batman will be out. And let's see which team will he take part in, or will he be the team principal then for next season? Right, I Am Batman. You will be heading to Williams. So Batman at Williams for next season for season 10. And let's go now to the draft picks. As you can see, we've got 1, 7, and also draft pick number 6 remaining. Yes, that's a 6, not a 9. Right. There we go. For Batman, you will be draft pick 7. So 7th pick. Still got pick number 1 remaining, by the way. 7th pick for Batman. Right. Let's go back to the team principals then. 3 remaining, Parkour and Deck and William. William, as we know, will be pick number 10 because he won the Constructors last season. So, Deck and Parkour, one of you will be pick number 1 for the official draft. Right, shuffle. Let's go again. That'll be the last time we're going to shuffle on this list. Deck, Parkour, or William, it will be your reigning champion. In fact, your reigning 3-time champion is William. And therefore, William is out. And let's see, who will he get as his team? He has got 3 options. Aston Martin, Haas, or Kick Sauber for Willie Fernandez. And William will get Kick Sauber. He's not been there before, that's for sure. So Kick Sauber and pick number 10 for William is probably the worst combination he could have hoped for. But there you go. That'll be for Willie Fernandez. Pick 10 at Kick Sauber. Right. Back to the team principal list. This is for pick number 1, Parkour or Deck. And who will it be? Right, here we go. Parkour, Deck. It will be Deck. So the next one out, 9th TP, will be Deck. And that means Parkour will be the last one. Right, Deck. Who will you be taking charge of? Will it be Haas or will it be Aston Martin? He probably doesn't want the Haas. Does he have a choice? Deck. He will take the Aston Martin. So there you go. Deck at Aston Martin, meaning Parkour will be at Haas for next season. So that means, you've guessed it, we don't need to do that again. So let's go back to the draft picks. We've got 2 left. We've got 1 and 6. Let's do a shuffle on this one, given it's the last time we'll be doing a wheel tonight. So Parkour or Deck. This is for Deck, don't forget. Deck, your draft pick will be pick number 6, which means that Parkour will be pick number 1 for Haas for season 10. And that is your TPs all done and dusted, which means we are down to what is effectively the main event for this evening. And probably the one thing most people are going to look forward to the most. First and foremost, we are going to sort this list out. Then I will get a drink, and then we will get to the entire process. Right, let's make sure we've got all of this sorted. So Alpine, you have Epic Frenchie. Yes, I did make sure I wrote it all down as well. So Epic Frenchie, Aston Martin will have Deck.
Hey, wake your ass
Ferrari
up.
would have
Let's
Boy
go.
and
Race time.
Knockout. Haas would have Parkour. Kick Sauber would have UFRL William. McLaren rather, will have Bevan. Mercedes will have UFRL F1 Viva.
Just leave me alone, I know what.
Racing Bulls will have Viking Fox. Red Bull will have Pesci. And Williams will have Batman. And then we're going to just copy and paste that straight into there. Makes perfect sense, doesn't it? There you go. So that means I'm now going to add their pick number as well. So Alpine, you get pick number 2.
That was a
Aston Martin, pick number 6. Ferrari, pick number 4. Haas, pick number 1.
Carlos, check the
Kick
radio.
Sauber,
We seem
pick
to have
number
picked up
10.
some dodgy music channel again.
McLaren, pick number 8. Mercedes, pick number 3. Racing Bulls get pick number 5. Red Bull get pick number 9. And Williams get pick number 7. And then after round 1, it goes in reverse order. So round 2 will be Kick Sauber. And then after that, it will go to Red Bull and so on and so forth. So yes, it will just keep going in reverse order after that. So round 1 normal order, round 2 reverse order, round 1 goes back to the normal order, round 2, mixing my words up, but you get what I mean. It just keeps reversing after that. So round 1, it will kickstart with Parkour. Round 2 will kickstart with William. round 3 will go back to parkour. No, it won't. It go back to William because there's a double. There's a double basically. So yeah, you guys get what I mean. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I know what I mean in my head.
Just leave me alone.
I can
what
I can actually just mute the sound alerts. I'm pretty sure. If it'll be easier. Would it be easier to just stop the sound alerts maybe? Because people definitely want to keep doing that, don't they? See, I don't hear them. I don't even hear them. But yeah. But it would be better if you guys were not to continue with the sound alerts. Just so people can obviously hear the stream at the same time. Is there a way that I can actually do it? Get yourself. Nah, I don't need that. Well, I've turned the sound alerts down on my end anyway, so I'm hoping if someone else plays it. Let me know if you guys heard that one. If you guys heard, then obviously it didn't work. But if you did hear it, or if you didn't hear it, then it has worked. So yeah, let me know if you did hear that or not. Take care of the Mercedes. Oh yeah, take in your Mercedes, I? I'll try my best. It didn't work. Does that mean? It worked. Oh, it worked. As in the sound alert did work or it didn't work. You've got to sentence it correctly. Can you put the TP in their team below 2? I'll put their value in just a second. He'll destroy it to the ground. No sound. Okay, there's no sound. Perfect. That's what I like to hear. Thank you, Budget. Right. So now I need to get the values on for the TPs as well. So let's add this all in before we get started to the actual draft. Epic Frenchie, I'll get you into there. I'm going to get all the tier 2s first. Boy Knockout in there. William in there. Myself in here. That's it for that. So let's go to tier 1 deck. Parkour. Viking Fox and Pesci. To be fair, we've got a fairly decent balance of the drivers in each tier this season. In terms of TPs. There you go. So you've got 4 in tiers 1 and 2, and then you've got 2 in tier 3, which I think is a decent balance for sure. Right. And now we need to get the values in. So let's start off. Epic Frenchie, you are valued at... Oh, that's how much is left. That's probably not a good thing to have. I know where I'm going to go. I'm going to go to my... I created a shortlist. I'm glad I did, because it makes it easier to do this. Let's start off with all of the tier 1s first. So Declan. Deck is going to be very expensive, isn't he? I remember he was like... Was he 89 million, I think? So there you go. Highly expensive. Blast of risk on that one. And Pesci was 97. So those are your 2 most expensive. Why do I don't know why I created the list, but I made it in the wrong way. So I actually need to go on my Excel sheet on my phone to make it a little bit easier. So I can get all of the values correctly listed. Right. Right, now I've got them. So Parkour 35 million. And then Viking Fox 33 million. Right. Now, tier 2, Epic Frenchie. Yeah, this is the only way I can get to it. Epic Frenchie is going to be... how much were you, Frenchie? You would be... on that list, 48 million. Boy Knockout, very expensive, 87 million. Woody Fernandez will come in at 56 million. Myself, 65 million. And then you've got... That's it. Because then we've got 2 drivers from tier 3, right? Bevan. Bevan is 71 million. I think he'll be a title contender, to be fair. And then Batman as well. Again, two very good drivers as TPs in Tier 3. Batman, 59 million. Right, there you go. So I don't have to do anything else with this screen. As you can see, all the money remaining will all continuously add up as it goes along. So it just keeps going down once drivers are being picked effectively. So yes, that is very much ideal. So I am going to get a drink, and obviously all the TPs will start preparing their picks as well now. They'll be allowed to go. Will they be allowed to go into negative like last season? So no, unless you have no effective choice. But we're going to try to avoid it if we can. But they shouldn't really have a reason to go into negative. They have enough money, and also you've got to base it on, we have, I think, about 50 drivers. We don't have 60. Obviously, if we had the 60 drivers, it would be a little bit more understandable why you might go negative. But some teams ain't going to get a full roster, so you shouldn't really be going negative, I don't think. And the average value you should be trying to spend per driver is about 50 million, because that's what your budget entails. So each team has enough for, on average, 50 million per driver. So that is what you should really be aiming for. 50, maybe up to 55 million per driver. That's roughly what you should be aiming for. Right. So I will be getting a quick drink, and then we'll go straight back onto the draft. And obviously I will be getting people in my year as the draft goes on. Right. So I'll be back in just a moment whilst the TPs will start talking about who they want to pick first. Again, Parkour has the first pick. Right, I am back. So, quick break. Don't need a long break, do you? Let's see who Parkour's going to pick. I mean, if we're going to look at lists, I mean, it's a bit more difficult. Again, you guys will know value of drivers once they go in. If, for example, let's make it easy. So if Epic Frenchie picked a driver straight away, pick 1A, that'll be showing in both slots for 1A. So you will know the driver and you will know the value. So that is how it will go. Right. The first pick is in for Parkour. Oh, and this is an interesting one. Maybe it could even be a surprise because it's a new driver that is going to be picked first. Yes, a new driver for Season 10. So, Haas will take a Tier 2 driver, and it will be General Jake. General Jake, you are the first driver to be drafted, and your value, 90 million. So that's how much Parkour is trusting you for this season. 90 million straight away. And General Jake, you are in at Haas, and that is the first pick. Second pick will go to Alpine, and it will be Epic Frenchie. So we'll just wait on Epic Frenchie there getting his first pick in. Yeah, I wonder, is that a surprise for people? I mean, new drivers don't often go first. So that is a big pick. And obviously, I know Jake was in the chat earlier on, so I don't know if he's still watching. But I wonder how he feels after being picked first. That should be a bit of an honour. He should be saying to Parkour, "Thank you so much, and I hope not to let you down." But we'll see what happens there. Right, second pick for Frenchie is in. And the second pick for Epic Frenchie is going to be a Tier 2 teammate, and it will be Woody. Woody is going to be racing for Epic Frenchie at 63 million, and that is how much he'll be spending. So 63 million for Woody for his first pick, and that means the third pick is myself. Now this is an interesting one, because now I have to go through, right, who's top of my list and how do I want to go about this draft. Right. So looking at the drivers who are top of my list, I am removing drivers as well as I go along on my long list. Yes, I'm calling it a long list, not a short list, because I've got every single driver listed. I probably don't want a teammate. I don't think at the moment. So I'm going to leave out a tier 2. It's going to be either tier 1 or tier 3, I think. For the amount... You know what I'm going to do? Might be a little bit of a surprise. But I think for the amount, the value of him, tier 1, I am going to go for Ivy. He'll be my first pick for tier 1. And he is going to be worth 62 million. So that is how much Ivy will be worth. 62 million. Ivy will be straight in for my Mercedes team. So that is my first draft pick. Sorry to TPs if you were looking at Ivy. Not really, I'm not really sorry. But yeah, Ivy is going to be my first pick. There you go. What's said? Up the Alpine says Woody. Jake thanking Parkour for being picked first. Wolverine doesn't have the same ring to it. Should have gone the Haas, right? Best pick of the draft. Let's see. I mean, I had Ivy as the top of it anyway. So the fact that Ivy wasn't even picked in the top 2 did actually surprise me. It does feel a bit weird that you guys get to hear my thoughts for the first time, by the way, because I've never done it before. It's the first time I've actually done the draft. So yeah. Right, next pick is in. And the next pick then, pick number 4, which is Ferrari. And it will be a tier 2 teammate for Boy Knockout will be Salty Stevens. So Salty Stevens straight in tier 2 at 60 million, which actually, to be fair, pretty decent combination, a very strong combination, if anything. So there you go. Salty Stevens alongside Boy Knockout. And yeah, I think that could be a very good driver combination for Boy Knockout as a team principal. So there you go. That is him done for his tier 2, as is Alpine, by the way. Tier 2 seem to be going fairly quickly in this draft. Right. So pick 5 then will be going to Racing Bulls, and it will be for Viking Fox, who of course is in tier 1 this season. So we'll wait and see on that one. Right, pick is in. And Viking Fox has gone for a tier 1 teammate. He has selected Gandalf. So Gandalf is straight in at 33 million. Again, another fairly cheap price. And that gives him a lot of value left to pick from his tier 2 and 3 drivers. So Viking Fox and Gandalf straight in for tier 1 at Racing Bulls. It'll be an interesting one. I mean, it's 2 drivers who aren't exactly acclimatized to that tier 1 seat. So we'll see how they get on. Right, the next pick will be pick number 6, and it will be going to Aston Martin with Deck. So we'll wait on that one. So yeah, we'll see what team goes in with Deck. And the pick is in. Oh, an interesting one. So next pick is in for Deck, and he has gone for tier 2, and he's gone for value for money, Kingy OG. Very cheap on this one. It's only 15 million, and that is how much you'll get. So King EOG straight in for Aston Martin and for Deck, which, I'm going to be honest, that wasn't the pick that I was expecting from Deck, which makes me think he is thinking about this draft for sure. Right, the 7th pick then will go to Williams, and it will be for I Am Batman. So we'll wait on that one again. But, yeah, an interesting look to how the draft is looking, and Batman has chosen. And Batman is going for a tier 2 driver, and he has gone for Jar Jar Bing. So Jar Jar Bing is in at 57 million. So there you go, 57 million straight in for Jar Jar Bing, leaving Batman with 204 million remaining. Obviously, teams will have to keep an eye on their money remaining. That is the most important thing for all the TPs. Keep an eye on your money remaining. Not your total money, your money remaining. That's what you want to keep an eye on. But Jar Jar Bing is in at Williams. 8th pick will go to McLaren and for Bevan, who is obviously a tier 3 driver this season. So I'll have a look back at the comments then. Parkour talking to Jake. It looks like Jack saying love you, Viva. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you, Jack. Proud of you, smart pig. Right, the pick is in. And the pick for Bevan is UFRL. Or was it Bevan? So I picked. Yeah, it was. Our pick number 8 will be UFRL Mr. Poem. Straight in there then. 8th pick for Mr. Poem. And let's have a look how much Mr. Poem was worth. 75 million for McLaren. So 75 million straight out. 174 million left, so the second lowest, just behind Ferrari there. But Mr. Poem has now been picked. So now let's see who the next one's built. By the way, nobody has picked a tier 3 driver yet. Interesting. But the 9th pick of the draft will go to Red Bull and it will go to Pesci. So we'll see what Pesci opts for. And Pesci has gone for a tier 1 teammate. His former driver of last season and his former champion of last season, Warner, is straight in. And Warner is valued at 52 million. So Warner, not Bad Boy, might I add. So Bad Boy will not be racing alongside Pesci for the first time, because effectively last season he was also picked by Pesci. So 3 times in a row Pesci has drafted Bad Boy. This is the first time he has not drafted Bad Boy. He has drafted Warner instead. Oh, well, I wonder what Bad Boy's thinking about that. But Pesci and Warner, and that is what Pesci has opted for Red Bull. 10th pick, meaning it's back-to-back now for Willie Fernandez. So picks 10 and 11 will go to William at Kick Sauber. Still a lot of drivers remaining on this list as well. I just want to make sure that I've got all the drivers out. So again, no tier 3s have been picked as well. So how is he going to look at this? Is he going to think, you know what, I've got all of the tier 3 drivers remaining. I might just go for one of them. Or both even. We'll see. We'll have to wait and see on that. It's not a lot of tier 1 options left though, I will say. But Williams certainly seems to be taking a little bit of time on this. Well, maybe he's trying to do the double pick as well at the same time. Would be easier to do one pick and then the second pick after. Just if he gets that first pick in, then I can nail them in on the list. It makes it a bit easier whilst he's still thinking about his second pick. So yeah, that's what I would say for the next ones. But anyway, next pick is in for William. So his first pick will be UFRL Merckx. So Merckx was in the first round of the draft. He was worried that he wasn't going to be, but it was always quite likely, I think, in the end. And Merckx, let's get him in at 50 million. Good value for money, I think, there for Merck. 50 million, and he is in at Kick Sauber. So he does get a second pick as well, William. So we'll wait and see what he opts to do for his second pick. Will he go for another tier 1? Will he go for a tier 3? Or will he want a tier 2 teammate who can maybe push for a championship? Let's wait and see on his next pick. But again, this is now the reversed one. So round 2 has started. So William is going tier 3. The first tier 3 driver being drafted will be Mr. Potwash. So Mr. Potwash is in at 85 million. It's a lot of money. He's going to hope that he can prove it to be good money as well. So Mr. Potwash is in at Williams Kick Sauber. And now we're down to pick. We're going to Pesci again, and it will be Red Bull. Of course, he's not got a tier 2 or 3 driver yet. But Pesci will be next. Let's have a look, see what the comments are saying at the moment. Yeah, when Pesci said we're gonna run it back. See what happens there. Obviously, if people do want to make comments, please feel free. We will try to keep on that whilst we are obviously doing a draft. But yeah, still waiting on that pick by Pesci. What would he decide to do? There's still a good couple of drivers in Tier 1 though who haven't been drafted, which is interesting. So maybe they're ones that I myself might even need to keep an eye on. Interesting. But yeah, still waiting on Pesci for that second pick. Of course, he's already gone for Warner. I'll wait on that crucial second pick as well, might I add. It's not bad when your picks 8, 9, 10 because the reverse order makes it a lot easier for you. Although, it might not be too easy for Pesci right now. Kese is going to be last pick. I'm not so sure, to be honest. I don't know. I mean, you are lower valued, which is actually not too bad because if you're lower valued, it means that you can still be picked. If you were high valued, yes, it'll be tougher to be selected. But it's not the case, so I don't know. I don't think you'll be last pick, but I don't know. I have no idea what all of the TPs are thinking at the moment. And what I will say for you, and I will vouch this, you do finish races. You turn up pretty much all the time. You finish most races, nearly all of them. So you still bring in a good chunk of points to the team. And you've got good values. So I don't think personally, I wouldn't expect you to be last pick, but we'll see. Obviously, whoever's last pick will be a bit gutted. You know what? Don't think about that. Next season, prove them wrong. That's what I would say. Prove them wrong when you can in season 10 as to why you shouldn't have been last pick. I still remember I was in season 7, might I add, and I was one of the last picks. And I actually had a good season. I was in tier 1. It was my first season in tier 1. So yeah, anything can happen. You've just got to, if you're one of the last picks, just prove them wrong. Kingy 15 million is a bargain. I agree. But he is I think he only got the game last night is what I believe. So he got the game last night and he wasn't exactly that quick on his TTs. His TTs would have actually put him tier 3, but he's in tier 2 because we feel like he can get quicker because he's obviously been here before. So we know what pace he can unlock. It's just about how long it will take for him to get there. I'm in for a championship fight this season. You could very well be. I kind of wish you didn't say that though on the stream. I wouldn't be gutted about last pick. I feel like I kind of need some training. Yeah, I can go with that. 50 Cent say sandbagging. Oh, Pesci's taken a while with this pick, I have to admit. Is Pesci even still on? I don't even know. Bit worrying, but Pesci is taking a bit of time with this next pick. I've not been told anything as to what's going on, so hopefully nothing bad's happened. What's my value? Did I miss it? I've written all of them down. Badger, you are 83 million in tier 3. King Yoji. Pesci working magic again. He's not stuck already, is he? There's still a lot of good drivers available, Wabana, though. Again, I've got a whole list of them, so I am just taking people off as it goes along, but yeah. I think the tier 3 championship fight could be a fun one to watch. Again, you've got people like Badger and Potwash who have had that experience from racing in tier 2. Batman's had experience of tier 2. DD Friend has had experience there. Rotti's had experience there. But the next pick is in for Pesci. And Pesci's next pick, I do wonder, this could be a bit of a surprise. I never thought these two would be a combination. But Pesci has selected Cowley for his tier 3 pick. I'm not saying it's a bad one. I don't think it's tricky to say. We'll see how he adjusts to the wheel. But Cowley is in for Pesci, and that'll be 44 million. will be that valuation. So Pesci has got his tier 3 driver for Cowley. Is that the one who's going to try and push? He might even be able to help him push for a championship, so we'll see. But Cowley can certainly get some good experience learning from Pesci, I feel. Right, the next pick then will go to Bevan at McLaren. He's already got Mr. Poem, don't forget. So Bevan and Mr. Poem, who will join them at the Papaya for season 10. Cowley top 2 Devon. But yeah, but I know you're saying that, but he was on controller. He's now going to have to fully adjust to the wheel. That's why he's lower valued, because his TTs aren't that great anymore. You know, if he had the same pace as last game, he could have ended up in tier 2. So there is a bit of a difference there. What's Tesco and eggs value? That's Tesco 53 million, eggs 37 million. Count me out championship title on a low point score. Oh yeah, I mean, I wouldn't expect you to fight for a title, of course not. But I would expect you to score some points. I say expect. I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that that's just what I've seen from you for the last couple of seasons. Right, next pick is in. Right, so Bevan has gone for a tier 3 teammate, and he's gone for 50 Gent. So 50 Gent will be joining him, and he is worth 38 million for him. So 38 million. That gives McLaren 136 million remaining after Mr. Poem, Bevan, and 50 Gent. Next pick will go to Batman at Williams. He's already got himself and Jar Jar Bing as well. Yeah, I think the tier 3s are starting to go a bit quicker now, from what I'm seeing. Certainly seems to be the case, doesn't it? And the next pick, I do believe, is in for Batman. Is it? Ooh, okay, so Batman's pick, tier 1, he has gone for Black Panther. So that is his tier 1 pick. 57 million is the valuation there. Leaves him with 147 left. So the next pick will go to Aston Martin, and it will be for Deck. So Deck gets the next pick. Again, tier 1 drivers. A little bit on the low side at the moment, only a few left. It's making me think about who I want to sign for tier 1, definitely. Let's have a look at the comments again, see if anyone's said anything since. 50 Gent says, boom, love that. He's happy to be with Bevan and Mr. Poem at McLaren. Because you had a few good top 8s. Yeah. Right, next pick is in. And Deck has gone tier 3, and he has selected Ziggy. So Ziggy and Deck, I think they might have been a combination before, but either way, they certainly will be now. Ziggy, 81 million, so quite expensive, it has to be said. It leaves Deck with 135 million remaining. So Ziggy is out. That leaves the next pick will be going to Viking Fox at Racing Bulls. He's got himself and Gandalf. He's got plenty of money remaining as well. So it's a good opportunity for Viking Fox to really put some money in for tier 2 or tier 3. What's he going to do? Is it going to be a star-studded signing here for Viking Fox? You kind of feel like it has to be, because he has taken himself a bargain, Gandalf a bargain, so he kind of needs a star, I feel. His star, tier 2, is going to be Bakey Gaming. It's a lot of value for money at the moment for Viking, which I actually think that's a good signing, personally. He was, I'm not going to say where exactly he was on my list, but I will say he was high up on my list. But Bakey Gaming is in Viking again. That's 3. They're not, see, when I say below average, they're not below average in terms of drivers. They're below average in terms of value. Because the average value is just over 50 million. So they are all under the average value of 50 million each. So Viking has a lot of money still to play with here. And that means the next pick will go to Ferrari. So Boy Knockout will get the next pick for the draft. Hello, Woody. Advertising. If Netherlands is on tier 3 Canada, I do well there. Is it on the calendar? I can't remember. I can go back to it at the end, Okez. I will go back to the calendars at the end for you guys to have another look at, because obviously some of you would have missed it. So stick with us and bear with us. Right at the end, I will go back to the calendars for tiers 1, 2, and 3, and also for the 100% and international tier as well. Actually, we'll pretty much do a run through of what we've done tonight. That'll be right at the end. Next pick is in. Right, so the next pick for Ferrari is Angry Badger. So, possible tier 3 contender, we'll find out. Its value 83 million. So let's take that on. 90 million left for Boy Knockout. He's got to be a bit more careful now with his signings. A little bit more shrewd. Right. So I'm next. I've got myself an Ivy. Okay. I just want to make sure. Yeah, I am next. I know I've got another pick coming up pretty soon. I want somebody who can get me some decent points, who is not overly expensive. I think me and Ivy could do a good job in each of our respective tiers. So I want someone in tier 3 who I think, who also is below the average value of money. I'm going to go. I'm hoping he's okay on this game. We'll see. My tier 3 pick is going to be DD Friend. And he is worth, how much is he worth? 30. Oh, wait, did I accidentally delete someone? No, I didn't. So DD Friend is worth 33 million. So I think he is a fair pick for this one. So I've gone for myself, Ivy, and DD Friend for my picks so far. So I think, yeah, good value for money there. I think DD Friend. Tier 2 experience, he can reserve up as well. So yeah, DD Friend, I think, is somebody who I look forward to having in my Mercedes for next season. So me, DD Friend, and Ivy are my 3 drivers right now. The league racing season finishes in September. Oh, good question. I think it's around that time. It's 12 weeks in total, starting from Monday. So it's around there. Stop stealing my picks. Sorry, Weddy. Yeah. Next pick is in. So Epic Frenchie has gone for tier 1. He's gone for Bad Boy. Thought he was going to go to Pesci, but he's not. He's going to Frenchie instead. And his value is 67 million. So that'll go straight on there. So Bad Boy has now gone from Epic Frenchie, which means we'll go back to round 1, which was Parkour. So Parkour has the next pick, and then she has a double pick. So hopefully she does it one at a time to make it a bit easier. So please, Parkour, if you're listening, do it one at a time. Make your first pick and then make your second pick once I've put everything down. Hopefully she's listening to that. But yeah, that is the next one. It's going quite smoothly, its draft though. It's always fun. It's always enjoyable because you never know what's going to happen. Honestly, you never know. Yeah, again, if you are in the chat, feel free to make comments. I will sort of read them. I'll keep an eye out for them as well. So yeah, please feel free to keep putting in any comments you want to. Got a lot of viewers on this, though. 59 viewers. Nice. Good stuff, guys. Everyone's excited for this draft, eh? I don't blame you. It's always crucial. It's always a massive part of UFRL. How many seasons have we done of this draft now? I think it's 4. So yeah, 4th season. And Williams won the last 3, so we can't let William win again. All of the team principals, we must join forces, all 9 of us, and make sure William does not win it again for a 4th time. Yeah, that's what's going to have to happen, I think. Yeah, we're still waiting then on Parkour. Obviously, again, she's got a double pick. Hopefully, she's going to do it one at a time. Fingers crossed. She's got herself and General Jake. 195 million left. So again, she wants to be a bit careful with how much she's spending on this one, I think. But we'll just wait on that pick. But yeah, in terms of the lineups right now, let's let Parkour do the picks, and then we'll sort of have a look. Who do you guys think actually has the strongest teams. And let's actually do it this way. How about you guys say who you think has got the strongest team, but you cannot include it if you're already in that team? So effectively, who do you guys think is the next best team? That would be pretty awesome, wouldn't it? To do a predictions website. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, who do you guys think has the best team, but it cannot be the team that you are in if you're already in that? Let me know. Widget says Red Bull. So it's got Pesci, Wovano, and Cowley. Any other opinions? Please let me know before the next pick gets in with Parkour, who is taking a bit of time, a bit like where how Pesci was taking a bit of time earlier on actually. Yeah, Red Bull could be a decent one, I think. I mean, obviously you've got Pesci who will score you good points. Wovano in Tier 1, we'll see how that works. And then Cowley. Again, we'll see. Yeah, cool. Right, next pick for Parkour. She wants a teammate. She has selected Rusted Bolt. So Rusted Bolt is in at 70 million. It's the only reason why I didn't go for Rusted Bolt. He was high up on my list as well. But 70 million. It's not a lot for Rusted Bolt, but it's a lot in terms of how much I've already spent on like myself and Ivy. So that's the reason why when I went for DD Friend, I couldn't go for a tier 1. I couldn't do that. So I had to, you sort of have to start budgeting at some point in the draft. And I think DD Friend is a fantastic option. So, but Bolt was high up on my list as well. So fair play to Parkour. I think Buster Bolt is a good signing. But again, that leaves Parkour with 125 million left. Same with Boy Knockout, 90 million. Right, Parkour's next pick is in. So she's going tier 3 and she has opted for Shazam. So Shazam is in at 55 million. Again, it's another expensive signing here. Parkour, you are spending a lot of money. You've got 70 million left. You've got 2 more to sign. 35 million each on average. See how that works. But yeah, Shazam is in for Parkour. Next pick will go to Epic Frenchie at Alpine. But yeah, some interesting signings there. I think, yeah, again, Ruster Bolt, strong one. There's only 3 drivers left in Tier 1 right now, so I think with that in mind, I might know where I might be looking next, potentially. How much have I got left? 160. Got to think about this. Who wants to join forces at Mercedes? Thank you for the follow to Fletch. Kes said Mercedes, Aston Martin, Mercedes, Ivy can drive, says Rotti. Red Bull or McLaren, says Merc, Red Bull, McLaren. So yeah, good names on there. Got to think about my next signing because I'm going to be the next one after this. Right, so James Killer is the next one. So Epic Frenchie, James Killer. So for James Killer, he was valued at 37 million. So let's get him on that list. Right. So I've got, how much I've got? I've got 160 left, so I've got plenty still to sign. Ivy, myself, and DD Friend. Who's looking good? Who can I sign? He's a very good tier 3. I've already got DD Friend. I could get a brilliant tier 3 combination out of that. Tier 2, I've got to remove him from my list because he's already been picked. So let's make sure I've got rid of him. I really want that driver, but I'm going to wait a bit. Do I get another tier 1? I think Ivy can handle himself in tier 1 at the moment pretty well. And I need people who can reserve up as well. So I am going to make a deal. Oh, I'm going to go for Rotti. Rotti, 62 million. I think Rotti is my next signing. There you go. Straight in there. Rotti and DD Friend, tier 3 combination. I think that'll get me some good points, hopefully. So Rotti, you are my signing alongside DD Friend for tier 3. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with my team so far, I've got to say. Ivy, myself, DD Friend, and Rotti. Yeah, I'm happy with that. It's a strong pick. Strong 4 drivers, I think. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this one. So now we'll see who else gets on. So the next pick then will go to... Who gets the next pick? Let's have a look. So obviously done myself. So it will be Ferrari. I'll go back to Boy Knockout. So he's already got himself Salty and Angry Badger. So he's probably going to go for a tier 1 next. And don't forget, drivers cannot reserve up for rounds 1 and 12. So please keep that in mind, especially if you're a team principal. Which I will, by the way. I will be trying to keep that in mind. It might just be me on round 1. Because or it might just be Ivy. It depends how the draft continues to go. But yeah. Yeah, I think it's a good pick. Love it, says Rotty. Yeah, I mean, yeah, again, I'm happy with the 4 drivers that I've got, for sure. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But we'll wait on what Boy Knockout decides on. We'll find out what Ferrari get. Again, I would expect them to sign a tier 1, given they haven't got anyone yet. I mean, if they don't sign anyone for tier 1, they're going to leave themselves quite short. They've got 3 options, by the way. Silky Stevens, Wizard Rex, and Simon are the 3 drivers left from tier 1. So surely one of them is going to go to Ferrari now. That's what I would presume. I've heard that Fletch guy is faster than a Merc. I didn't even see that comment, see? But yeah. You've got to try and be tactical as well with how you sign the drivers. So if drivers can reserve up, I find that personally a massive factor as well. If you could reserve up, because effectively, if I don't sign a driver for the tier above, you can reserve. So that's what I look to. And obviously, if I do sign a driver for that tier and they can't race a certain week, then I've got someone who can slot straight in. That's what I want. That's what I look forward to. So yeah. I think that's me done now. Not enough drivers. There's still loads of drivers. Right, next pick is in for Boy Knockout. He has gone for another tier 3. Cinders. He's leaving his tier 1s. I wonder if he's thought, you know what, myself and Salty Stevens can go for that. That must be his thought process, because Cinders, 36 million. Yeah, he must be feeling that's the way he's going to go. But neither himself or Salty Stevens can reserve up in round 1. So it is a risk. There's a risk that Boy Knockout is willing to take here. Interesting. Again, surely he's going to get a tier 1 driver. You'd expect him to do that. But anyways, next pick then will go to Viking Fox at the Racing Bulls. He's got 3 drivers at the moment. Himself, Gandalf, and Big Gaming. Is that correct? Yeah, it must be correct. I thought to myself, did he actually sign someone else? No, he didn't, because we're only on round 4. That's fine. Let's see who Viking decides to get again. It's going to be either a tier 2 or 3. If I were to hazard a guess, I would have thought tier 3. There's loads of tier 2 drivers still available. I will state that. Like the number of tier 2 drivers available is a lot. Actually, I was wrong, because actually there wasn't that many. It's just that 2 of them hadn't been removed from my list. That makes sense, right? But there's still more tier 2s than there are tier 3s. Next pick is in. Oh, okay. So Viking Fox has gone for Wilco. So Wilco was straight in, and he is valued at 62 million. So let's get that straight on there. 62 million. Wilco is in at Racing Bulls. So Racing Bulls, Viking, Gandalf, Bakey, and Wilco. Next pick will go to Aston Martin with Deck. Of course, it's Deck, King EOG, and Ziggy at the moment. And Deck has 135 million remaining on his draft budget. So we'll see what he decides on. And who would he sign? That would be a critical question for him. Tinder's at 36 is great value. Yeah, certainly can. Is there? I swear there isn't enough, or I'm counting wrong. Well, there's 50 in total. So, you know, you might be able to get a final pick in at the end. Definitely counting wrong, I think. Ferrari Dream Team says Badger himself and Cinders. Yeah, there are 50 drivers in total, unless someone has dropped out. But as far as I remember, there were 50 in total. So you should get a final pick in. And then obviously, if we get new drivers, you can get one of them. Right, next pick is in. So Deck has gone for another tier 2, and he has opted for Fletch, a new driver for the season. Fletch is in at 28 million, so value for money as well. He's gone for 2 value for money picks for tier 2. So he's got 107 remaining, but there you go. Deck has gone for Fletch for his tier 2 combination alongside King OG. So the next one to pick will be Batman at Williams. So Fletch has gone. I think I actually know who my top tier 2 target will be, but I don't know if someone will sign him. I'm hoping they don't, but I reckon they will. We'll see. Again, I've got to decide, do I want a tier 2 or do I want a tier 1? We'll just have to wait and see how the rest of this draft goes. Nice one. Cheers, Viking, says Wilco. Fletch hates cheers, son. Get up. Or get up. One, whatever, whichever one. Fletch, obviously, in at Deck. Wilco going into the Viking Fox team of Racing Bulls. So there you go. Next pick is in. So the next pick then will be for Williams, and he has opted for Simon. So they have done their tier 1 combination. Simon at 40 million, 107 million remaining. So still plenty of money for 2 drivers if you can get a second one during the season as well. So Simon alongside Black Panther for tier 1. Leaves only 2 drivers left for tier 1 as well. Next pick will go to McLaren, and it will be for Bevan. He might be going for a tier 2 driver here, given that he hasn't got a single one. He's got himself on 50 Gent. He's got Mr. Poem for tier 1, so you expect a tier 2 to come out of this for Bevan. For a moment, the next pick was in, but it doesn't seem to be the case. Well, unless it is. It might be. Right, so Bevan is gone for his driver. It will be Tesco. So, got to cancel any large fees. Make sure you're only spending £4 on a meal deal because he is in. At Tesco, 53 million. That's a bit too much. He should have been 4 million, shouldn't he, really? It would make sense. Where am I going? Right there. So 53 million for Bevan. For Tesco. Right. So next pick then will go to Pesci for Red Bull. Of course, it's him, Warner, and Cowley at the moment. Oh, we're going back because it is going to be free range eggs. So straight away, Tesco Len eggs. I mean, all the way out in 2 picks. They must be happy in that. But for Pesci and for eggs, let's get his value on 37 million. 90 million remaining for Pesci. Right. So now we've got a double pick for William. He's got himself, Merck, and Potwash. Who else is he going to pick for his next 2 picks? And it's going to be his last 2 picks, you'd expect, as well, for William. So I can read out the list of drivers who are still remaining. From tier 1, you've got Wizard Rex and Silky Stevens. Tier 2, you've got Hybrid. You've got Luke Stepney. You've got Destroyer Drac. And you've got Moody. From tier 3, you've got Mr. Piggy, Kazanator, James Kidder, Goofy. And you've got PRV Widget as well. So those are your drivers still remaining in this draft. Parkour, you might not actually be able to get a final pick. It just depends. I think some drivers did actually drop out, which might be why you might not have a chance to get one more. We'll see. I just want to make sure I've got all the drivers that I need to off the list. Right, there you go. How many have we got left? So we've got 6, 8, 10. We've got 11 drivers left. 11 drivers left, so you can sign one more driver. So yeah, every team will get one driver. Woody will get two. Don't know why you're saying told you. Repeat tier 2. Repeat tier 2. Okay. So we're just waiting on Woody then to make his next pick. I was saying I wouldn't get two more drivers. Nah, you're lying. That was not what you were saying earlier. But yeah, no team will get 6 drivers unless you don't have enough money to get your next pick in or to get another driver. So, which every team pretty much does. So every driver can get a 5th driver. It's just that can you get a 6th driver if one comes along during the season? That'll be the question for you guys. We're cooking eggs or we cooking with eggs? What drivers left in tier 2? Moody, Destroyer Drac, Hybrid, and Luke Stepney. Alright, Woody is taking Moody. So Moody is the next driver from tier 2 and he will be worth 28 million. So Moody is in at Kick Sauber. And I will mention he was actually quite high up on my list as well. So it's a good pick there for William. I've raced with Moody. He was very, very clean. So yeah, fair play to him on that pick. But yeah, Moody is in at Kick Sauber. So the next pick will be William again. So we'll wait to see what he decides to do. Who's he got left? So William needs another tier 1 or another tier 3. So his tier 1 options are Silky Stevens and Wizard Rex. Tier 3 options, Goofy, Kesonator, Piggy, Widget, and James Killer. James Killer. Did he get picked already? Yeah, he did. Oh, I might be wrong then. James Killer got picked. So actually, Parkour, you might miss out on one driver. I think. 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you've got 9 drivers left. So yeah, Parkour, you're probably going to be the one to miss out. Was Corvette going last? No, I mean, you've still got 4 left in your own tier. You've got 3 in tier 2, you've got 2 in tier 1. So anyone could go last. We don't know. Yeah, but that's only because there were dropouts, Parkour. Who dropped out? There were a couple of tier 1s who were meant to go tier 1, but they dropped out last night. So we had to drop someone back down to tier 2 as well, who was originally going to go into tier 1, but yeah. Let's see. So again, next pick, we're just waiting on. I think this draft has actually gone quicker than what it usually does. 20 to 10. I mean, we normally go past 10 o'clock, actually. So it's not bad timing on the TP's part. But again, we're just waiting on the next pick for William. Does he go tier 1 or does he go tier 3? Again, you've got Silky Stevens or Wizard Rex from tier 1. And you've got Mr. Piggy, Goofy, Kesonator, and PRV Widget from tier 3. So it's just about which way he wants to go. So William, his final pick, or what you would expect to be his final pick, will be tier 3. And he has opted to go with Goofy. So Goofy is in at 39 million. So new driver for Woody Fernandez there. So Goofy is in. Goofy and Moody. Ironic, he's taken them both. But there you go. That'll be the combination for him. Let's see then the next driver. Or the next team to get a chance will be Pesci at Red Bull, his final pick for this evening. Again, he's got 2 drives from tier 1, 3 from tier 2, 3 from tier 3 left. Obviously, can't pick the tier 1 driver, so he's only got tier 2 and tier 3. Which tier would he opt to go for? Just wait and see on that one for Pesci. I mean, I know which way I would go if I were him. I don't know, isn't it? Actually, you've still got one very highly rated driver still left on this. So, Pesci's pick is in. Tier 2, he has opted for Luke Stepney. So Luke Stepney is in at 53 million. So getting that straight on there. Leaves him with 37 left. Well done, Pesci. You have not gone over budget. Congratulations. You must be thrilled. Pesci has correctly gone on the budget. Well done, Pesci. Right, next pick is in. So next one, we just had Pesci, so it's round 8, which would mean Bevan. So he's gone for Destroyer Drac. So let's get that one listed. Destroyer Drac, how much was he worth? Destroyer Drac, 80 million. So a lot of money there, and he's just about had enough to spend on him. Which means Bevan only has 3 million left. That means Mr. Poem may very well not get a teammate for the entirety of this season. So it's a risk. It's a big risk for McLaren. Right, next pick is in for Williams. So Williams have gone for tier 3 and they have gone for Mr. Piggy. And Mr. Piggy worth 38 million. So that'll be the pick for them. So there you go. Williams, 69 million left. Plenty of money and a good number as well. Right, next pick will be pick number 6, which will head to Aston Martin and for Deck. So a good couple of picks straight away there. But you can see just how it's unfolding here. Boy Knockout, I might add, he's still to pick and he does need to get a tier 1. Would he get a tier 1? He might not. I mean, to be fair, Aston Martin, we could sabotage them here. Deck, if you want to, we can sabotage Ferrari. Because there's only 2 drivers left in tier 1. If we want to, if Deck wants to pick a tier 1, I could pick the other tier 1. He won't get a tier 1 driver. It's completely up to Deck here, how he wants to play this. I say completely. It depends if I want to go that way as well. Which actually I might have to. I almost have no choice, so I'm gonna pick a tier 1 driver next. I think. Because I can't pick a tier 3. And I would be confident in my tier 3 drivers reserving up as well. So with that in mind, my next driver will be tier 1. So it's up to Deck how he wants to play this. If he picks a tier 1 driver, I'm going to get the other one. And Boy Knockout won't be able to sign a tier 1 driver. But again, it's up to Deck what he wants to do. Never thought sabotaging plans on draft. Let's see then. What does Deck do? Deck's going for Silky Steven, so you know what that means. So I'm so sorry to Mr. Boy Knockout, but you're not getting who you want because I am getting the next one. I'm getting Wizard Rex. So there's the 2 picks straight off the bat. Silky Stevens and Wizard Rex. Let's get Silky Stevens in first. This wasn't even meant to be like a full-on sabotage plan, but you know what? Sometimes it just has to happen. 34 million for Silky Stevens. I get 33 million for Wizard Rex. There you go. So, Boy Knockout, I'm afraid to say, we're going to skip your one because you can't pick another tier 1 because there are no tier 1 drivers available for you. But at least you have 54 million to play with if you did want to side one in the future. So therefore, because we're skipping Boy Knockout, that means we will go to well, it would have been myself, but obviously we don't do that. Wait. Oh no, I just realised I'm pick 3. So Boy Knockout will get him. I'm incorrect. Well done. It gets Wizard. I'll put that in there. Wizard Rex will go in. And that will be 33 million. So let's get him in there. Boy Knockout 33, and we'll take mine out. So I'll get, would it be tier 2? Let's see what I've got. Oh, Fox is next. Okay. Thank you. That's right. Cool. So we'll get him. Right. So Viking Fox will be next. I'm just getting all the names off. So I think Luke Stepney was picked, so we'll get him out as well. I think this is how the draft will go, because obviously Viking cannot pick another tier 1. So Wizard will go to Boy Knockout. So Viking Fox gone for PRV Widget. So Widget 56 million. Let's get him in there. And again, we've already done the Boy Knockout one where he's got Wizard, so that means me will be left with, I got Hybrid, right? So that's pretty much confirmation on my team. So Hybrid at 35. Let's get that on there. So Hybrid's in at 35 million, and then you got Widget, who was picked. So you got Kesnate at 23 million. That'll pretty much go to the next team, but I want to make sure all of this is done correctly. So pick 2 will be Alpine. But Alpine can they still get 2? Yeah, they can. So Alpine is up to you guys. Oh no, it's not. Silky's already done. So Alpine will have to get with Kesonator then. 23 million. Just want to make sure that is correct. Because Widget got picked. So yeah, it will have to be Kesonator there. So that'll be 23 million. And that'll be for the last team of Alpine. And that'll pretty much be the draft done. Every team has stayed within budget. So congratulations all TPs. You have all stuck to the budgets correctly. Just want to make sure every driver has actually been picked as well. I'm pretty sure they have, unless I didn't have somebody on my list. Let's see. This way I'm literally just going to tick everyone off now. So let's make sure every name is on this. So, right, Pesci is obviously there. Dex there. Mr. Poem is there. Rusted Bolt is there. Ivy is there. Black Panther is there. Warrener is there. Merc is there. Simon is there. Parkour is there. Silky Stevens is on there. Gandalf is on there. Wizard Rex is on there. And Viking Fox is on there. So tier 1 is all done. Tier 2. General Jake is on there. Boy Knockout is on there. Obviously, Destroyer Drac is on there. I'm on there. Woody is on there. Woody was actually... Yeah, Woody is on there. Salty Stevens is on there. Jar Jar Bing is on there. William is on there as well. Tesco is there. Luke Stepney is there. Baker Gaming is on there as well. Epic Frenchie is on there. Eggs is on there. Hybrid is there. Fletch is there. Moody is there. I believe it's Moody. Yeah, I remember him getting picked. Yep. And then King Yoji is on there. Right. Tier 3. Let's double check that before we confirm it's all done. Boy Knockout can. Boy Knockout can afford. He can afford him. Yeah. So that I've already put him in there. So I'll put him in there. I've got Hybrid because I can only get a tier 2 driver next. I can't get a tier 3, which would leave Kesonator with Alpine because that'll be the next pick. Cool. Right. Just confirm, just checking that tier 3 has everyone on there as well. So Mr. Potwash is on there. Angry Badger is on there. Ziggy is on there. I remember him getting drafted. Yep. Bevan's on there. Wilco is on there. Rotty is on there. Batman is on there. PRV Widget is on there. Shazam is on there. Cowley is there. Goofy is there. Mr. Piggy is on there. 50 Gent is on there. James Killer is on there. Cinders is there. DD Friend is there. And Kesonator is there. Everybody is there. That means the draft has now been completed for season 10. Obviously, if you do want to get involved and you're watching and think, you know what, this could be a bit of fun, please feel free to join on the Discord. But yeah, that is your season 10 draft completed for this season. And again, it did go pretty smoothly actually. It hasn't actually taken too long, even compared to previous seasons. What does it say? Just don't. I just seen what Luke Stepney said. Just realised I'm in the Red Bull second seat. Just don't replace me after 2 races. Well done, Luke Stepney. Comment of the day. Pesci says he's cooking a championship. Some good comments on here. Well done, absolutely bossed it. Thank you, 50 Gent. It's always fun though, these drafts. Always enjoy it. Again, obviously, same for next season. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But for season 10, that is your draft completed. I will go back through. Oh wait, what tiers of each tier's rating do you know? So Monday night is tier 1, 8 o'clock p.m. UK time. This is all UK time. Tuesday is tier 2, and again 8 o'clock p.m. Tier 3 Wednesday, 8 o'clock p.m. Friday is 100% tier, and that is 8 o'clock p.m. And then Saturday international tier is now at 8 o'clock p.m. as well. It used to be 9 o'clock p.m. Before that, it used to be 10 o'clock p.m. So it's actually changed a couple of hours since then. But now it's 8 o'clock p.m. for the international tier on Saturdays. But yes, that is all pretty much completed on that. I will go back through the PowerPoint as well. And I can also confirm for the UFRT esports, which is the effectively the UFRL esports, it's just that we had to have T instead of L, team instead of league, of course. So the Ultimate Formula Racing team have qualified for VCC Formula 2 tournament. So congratulations. I think Pesci was involved in that. I'm not sure who else was involved in that. But yes, congratulations. So the esports team, our esports team, have qualified for the VCC tournament. So well done and best of luck to all of you guys on that. But yes, we'll look forward to the season. And can I show the calendars again? Of course I can. I will go back through the PowerPoint actually. So let's make sure I'm done on that. So I will go back through the entire list for you guys, so you guys can have another look at it, just in case you either missed it or you just want to have a look at it. Right, so that's for your 100% tier. So as you can see, Widget and James Killer at Red Bull, Cowdy at Bevan at Mercedes, and so on and so forth. You guys can read it as well. I'll leave that on there for about 20 or 30 seconds, and I'll go on to the international tier. But this one is just going to be realistic cars. We're going to have elite tier and the development tier as well. So 2 championships to fight for. Those on the right hand side of a screen will be in the elite tier, and those on the left hand side of a screen will be in the development tier. So that is your 2 championships to fight for. So there you go. So if you haven't saved it, save it now, because I am going to move on to the international tier in 3, 2, 1. And this is your international tier, right? So again, if you do want to race in any of these tiers, feel free to let an admin know. But Decker Wilco will be at Red Bull, Silky Stevens and Rotti at Mercedes, and Wizard at Kesnator at Aston Martin, so on and so forth. I've got all the combinations there for you. So again, if you want to take any screenshots or whatever you want to do, feel free. Now is your time, and I'll leave that on there for just a few more seconds. It is a stipulation tier as well, and we'll get down to that on the next screen for you. So if you haven't saved it, save it now, because I'm going to go in 3, 2, 1. This is your calendars. This is for 100% tier, realistic cars, and the international tier. Again, the international tier, a lot of stipulations on every single race. So again, make sure you've got that saved if you want to, because for the international tier in particular, you do want to make sure you're practicing the right sort of thing. And again, all of the all dry tyre compounds and the no hard tyres will all be dry weather as well. So please also factor that in. So you don't need to be practicing for inters or full wets if you do that. So yeah, for those races, you don't need to be thinking about inters or full wets. But yeah, again, once again, I will say, make sure you've got this saved if you want to, because I am going to be moving on in 3, 2, and 1. Right, and these are your main tier calendars. Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3. Again, make sure you've got them listed, because those are your calendars for this season. So again, make sure you've got them saved if you want to. If not, then yeah, good luck. You'll get them anyway. You'll get them fairly soon. But those are your calendars for season 10. So round 1, Texas for tier 1, Mexico for tier 2, and Qatar for tier 3. So those are the ones that you will be looking forward to for next week as well. Spain and Austria, says Jake. Don't know if that's a good thing. I mean, by the sounds of saying, haha, might not be too good. Oh, I'm cooking for round 4 and 5, which means it is a good thing. Understood. But anyways, there you go. That is your draft completed for season 10 in UFRL. Once again, if you do wish to join, feel free to join the Discord. I don't know if anybody can just quickly post a Discord link in. It would be nice whilst we got a lot of people still watching and stuff. Hopefully someone can pop a Discord link in, then anyone who wants to can join directly on that. I'm not here for Mexico. What for the opener, the season opener? You're not here for. But yeah, if anybody who does want to join, hopefully somebody will pop a Discord link in, and then you can join directly on that, get a trial done, and then you can hopefully sign and get in before the first round of the season. So again, is anybody going to pop the link in? I hope they are. I'll try and get it done, but if somebody beats me to it, then perfect. Copy link. Let's go to Twitch. Right, so I am just about... There you go. Thank you for Woody. Just beat me to it. Right. So if anybody does want to join, feel free to join on the link that Woody just posted. That is the Discord link. It will then take you into our server. And then from there, you will take part in a trial. We do 5 lappers, 5 lots in total. You might do a 25% on the last one, but it's not. It just depends how many people are in the trial and stuff normally. But yeah, it doesn't take too long, and then you can get involved. Clean racing and fun racing, and as you can see, a great draft as well, where you have TPs with actual budgets as well. But here for this evening for UFRL for season 10. Thank you for watching. We have been UFRL. I have been UFRL F1 Viva. Thank you for watching, and good night.
Engines roar, the lights go down. Adrenaline runs through